Hello and welcome back to your medicals. So this evening I have something very short to share with you, something quite short. The cis group of ladies who is at risk of having fibroid. Yes, the cis group of ladies at risk of developing fibroid in their lifetime. Every woman actually is at risk of developing fibroid as far as J is in her reproductive age, that is 15 to 49 years of age, before her menopause, that is her reproductive age. Every woman at this reproductive age has risk of developing fibroid. But did you know that some women is at higher risk than others? I mean, some women is at more risk of developing fibroid than others. And that is what I'm going to be giving to you. The 6 classes of women, or the 6 classes of the groups that is at risk of having fibroid more than others. Before I mention it, maybe you don't know what fibroid is. It's simply an abnormal growth in your uterus, that is in your womb, and it ranges in size. It can be big, it can be small, and also it can be in any location in your uterus specifically. And the size of this fibroid or the location actually affects you. Example, if the size is small, it may not give you symptoms. We call it asymptomatic, and you can even live with it. But if the size is large and giving you all those symptoms like bleeding and pains and all those things, we might remove it surgically. Also, the location can affect your maybe fertility and pregnancy, but we are not here for that. In case you want to know the cause of fibroid, well, the cause is not known. Scientists have not been able to pick any specific cause of fibroid, but however is linked to many things. In other words, we call it risk factors. So it's linked to many things. Many theories have been developed to the things that can predispose somebody to have fibroid. Have you seen a cigarette packet written "smokers are liable to die young" or "smokers are liable to have lung cancer"? Yes, that is the same way. Ladies who fall into this group that I'm going to mention to you now, ladies who practice this thing I'm going to tell you now, ladies in this class that I'm going to mention to you now, is at risk of developing fibroid. So let's get there. Number 1, family history of fibroid. If your mom have fibroid, if your sister have fibroid, if anybody in your family have fibroid, you are likely to have fibroid. I'm sorry, but that's the medical theory. You are likely to have fibroid. Number 2, I know you don't know this one. Number 2, no history of pregnancy. Yes, you don't have yet any history of pregnancy. You have not been pregnant before. You have not born before. You are at risk of developing fibroid. Also, is being linked with what we call late maternal age. That is, you married late and you start reproduction. That is, you start giving birth very late, maybe from 35 and above. Those who married very late and and also start their reproduction very late also have high chances of developing fibroid. Check the people who you know that have fibroid in their life. Check them. It's either they have not born before, they don't have any history of pregnancy, they have not delivered before, or maybe they have delivered one, maybe they are still looking for child, or they married late. They married late, this pregnancy, their first pregnancy very late, maybe 35 and above. This group of people, these people who doesn't have a history of pregnancy or late marriage or all those things, they start their reproductive marriage and all those things, bearing children very late, like 35, 40 above. Check the people that you know that have fibroid. They have high chances of having fibroid. Number 3 group of people who is at risk of having fibroid is what we call overweight and obesity. If you are overweight, you are at a higher risk of having fibroid, and if you are obese, you are 3 times at a greater risk of developing fibroid than an average person. Yes, 3 times. That exactly brings me to the 4th reason that will make somebody to develop fibroid, and that is diet. Development of fibroid have been linked to those who eat a lot of red meat, who take much alcohol and other addictive food. Instead, you should consume more of green vegetables and fruits that is rich in vitamin D. Let me give you the fifth group of people who are likely to have fibroid in their lifetime. Hypertensive people. Those people who are hypertensive, those ladies who are hypertensive, is at higher chance of developing fibroid more than an average female in her reproductive age. And the last factor that is responsible for a higher risk of somebody or of a lady developing fibroid is what we call age. You know, fibroid happens in every reproductive age, but as you tend to age more, as ladies tend to age more, maybe from 31 and above, the chances of developing fibroid increases. Yes, however, after your menopause, it comes down at a significant amount because of estrogen and progesterone. These are hormones that play an important role in your cycle. But in your after your menopause, these hormones come down significantly. So the chances of developing fibroid is less after your menopause. More videos like this are popping up from your medicals. So subscribe for more. Thank you.